What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Excuse me. You guys can hear me, right? Yeah, you should be able to. I'm gonna move the mic a little bit closer though. How are we doing today? We doing okay? I sure hope so. I sure hope we're doing okay. All right. So I figured I'd stream today. I've been enjoying the weekday streams. Sometimes they do better. Sometimes they don't do that well. But let's just worry about having a good time. Let's worry about having fun. All right. Let's have fun with it. All right. What's going on, Zachary Vered and William Foster? How you doing? So we're just going to be chilling today, but in addition to just chilling, we're going to go ahead and we're going to be taking a look at some street fight videos. Now, when I first started my channel, I wanted to do a bunch of street fight content and stuff like that, but it's kind of difficult because the shit gets demonetized. It gets demonetized a lot, and it's frustrating, but I'm also realizing I should probably give less of a shit about that because just the way things are going with my channel. It's not that things are going like terrible or anything like that, but I'm realizing that the YouTube algorithm is bullshit. You know, it's not a real thing. You're either doing what's popular or you're not. And every now and again you're able to be propelled into like a certain subset of YouTube, the viewership and things like that. But unless you're like really hitting you're really hitting the right notes at the right time and things like that, it's not actually going to work. So it's not that I'm not worried about videos and stuff like that. It's more that as I kind of look, I'm like, you know what, I should probably not care as much, you know. I should probably not put so much into it that I'm like, oh man, but I'm worried that this could potentially get demonetized. And it's like, what, they're gonna demonetize the video that they only allowed to get 150 views. They only let it have 150 views. Oh no, the 3 cents I was gonna make off that video is you know, it's man, it's gone. Dude, I was gonna make 20 cents off that video and it's gone, bro. I should probably just not care that much, right? The algo has been screwy recently. Yeah, it definitely has. It definitely has for sure. You know, what's going on, Jared Gertz? How you doing, man? Yeah, it really has been screwy, though. It's always been screwy, but especially lately. And I think I kind of screwed myself by talking about guns. Because I noticed that when I released that video where I talk about how I titled it "Guns Are for Sissies." Obvious clickbait. It's meant to arouse a reaction, and people are gonna watch it and they're gonna be like, "Oh, it's not that he actually thinks that, right?" I release that and then I lose 10 subscribers immediately, and now I've been kind of going up and down. It's like I gain one, I lose two, I gain another one, I stay there for a while, I gain one more, I lose one more. Like it's that, and I don't think it's a coincidence. I think, for one thing, like I'm almost wondering if somebody botted my account at one point, because I gained 1,000 subs real fucking quick at one point, like over the course of a day, and then I just kind of stopped. So like, I don't know, maybe someone bought my account with like 1,000 subs, who knows. And maybe some, if not all of those, are going to be taken off, right? But in addition to that, I know that YouTube in the past has had this thing where they'll unsub people. They will unsub people from they'll unsub people from channels and things like that. Someone will be like, hey, I haven't seen this guy in a while. They check the channel and they're unsubbed. And it's like, maybe YouTube's doing that. Maybe YouTube, I hit the anti-algorithm. The one where you get shadow banned and you get screwed over if you end up mentioning anything on that list, right? Maybe that's what happened. Plus, my streams do better anyway. Like, I'm slowly getting something together as to where I love the chill streams. I'm going to keep doing them. In fact, I'm mostly going to be doing chill streams. But I'm able to make more and do better things with the streams anyway. So I've kind of accidentally, not even on purpose, become more of a streamer than a content creator. I'm still creating content. But it's not like the complete and total priority that I have creatively right now. I do have videos that I'm going to be putting out, and I'm going to have some time over the summer. I'm going to work on videos to put out, right? That 20th Massachusetts one I'm really excited for. I'm finally at Gettysburg, and it's every bit as much of a movie as you would think it is, right? But it it is what it is. I'm just telling you guys about my mindset. All right, my Sigma male grind set. All right, especially going into the summer. I have a good feeling about this summer. I think good things could happen, and I think big things could happen, and I have to aggressively keep on plowing forward. But thank you, Dubes, for the $9.99, man. Thank you very much. Keep it real, Scott. I'm trying my best, man. I'm trying my best. That's one thing that I'm afraid of is, like, let's say tomorrow I wake up and I'm the new Hassan. I'm the new Chad Hassan, right? I don't want to become an asshole, because that is like Hassan. He's the type of dude, he was always an asshole, but getting big in the way that he did definitely did not help him out even a little bit, even a teeny tiny bit. He has that rich kid demeanor. And it's funny because I'm pretty sure it was found out that his dad is like a CEO in Turkey, in Roachland. So it all adds up. It makes a lot of sense, YouTube sucks. Yes, YouTube sucks. That's one thing I actually have to get on, is I have to start restreaming to other platforms. I don't know about. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can do multiple ones. I just don't want to pay an arm and a leg to stream to like 20 platforms and get like 2 viewers on most of the platforms, right? So it's like I could do Twitch, but then how long am I going to last on Twitch? And then Rumble, like, I like the idea of Rumble, but is it just going to go the way of BitChute? BitChute was the shit back in the day when it came to alternative media. Same thing with Odyssey. How long until Rumble is targeted and it's taken down, or how long until it putters out, I remember VidMe was really the first big one that everyone was like, whoa, dude, this is crazy. It's going to go well. It's going to go good. And then the creators, the founders of VidMe, they destroyed it. In like one fell swoop, they destroyed it. Vid.me, by deciding that they were going to curate the front page now so that there isn't going to be any political content. But what they didn't realize is they were starting up an alternative social media, video sharing platform during a time where all the demand was from people who were getting demonetized and kicked off of other platforms. So it's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? You idiots. And vid.me failed. It failed, They failed hard. Oh, Zach actually mentioned, are you simultaneously streaming to other places? Yeah, I mean, I don't know about Kick. Maybe Kick. Maybe Rumble, we'll see. We'll see, We need more Sigma male Scott edits. Hey, go right ahead. You guys have permission to do whatever you want with me, other than AI porn. And even then, it depends. They're all bad UI. Yeah, that's kind of like that's kind of the thing with YouTube too, is that like the UI is probably the best. I haven't tried Rumble like that. The second best that I saw that I tried to use on some level was Odyssey. Odyssey wasn't like the worst. VidMe was okay. BitChute was terrible. I loved BitChute, but it was terrible. It was terrible, I tell you, terrible. Now I have like nostalgia, thinking back to like 2017 when vid.me first hit, and I created a channel on there. Anyway, none of them can make a profit. YouTube is the only one that can provide everything and not have to worry about making a profit because they have Daddy Google to pay for everything. Yes. And that's one of the things about YouTube, is that YouTube is the modern day tabloid media, right? The modern day National Enquirer and things like that is what YouTube is. The National Enquirer, when's the last time you saw somebody buy one of those? When's the last time you saw somebody fucking steal one of those, dude? They just show up at the grocery store. You don't even know who put them there. They just materialized out of thin air. You were looking at an empty shelf. You did that. You turned back. Poof, they're there. And you're like, whoa, what the hell? What happened? The Nat Enquirer fairy must have visited when I turned my back. Those things don't make a profit. They are probably operating at a loss of like close to 100%. They legit probably don't sell. They probably don't sell 5,000 copies nationwide yearly. It would not surprise me one bit. And those are there not because they actually think that they're going to sell, but because they know they're not going to sell. And then in addition to that, it's a way that people, or, it's used as a way to sort of try and hammer home the narrative via overextension. And what I mean by that is, if you're sitting here and there's some weird shit on the news that like nobody believes, right? You're going to be like, oh, hey, that's like stupid. I don't believe that. But if there's some weird shit on the news that sounds far-fetched and totally unbelievable, but then you go to the grocery store and you see the National Enquirer and it says Bigfoot is really an alien and he landed on the White House lawn and he jacked off and then he hopped back in the spaceship and flew away, you're going to be like, now that's preposterous. This stuff, well, interesting. Yeah, anyway, that's kind of what YouTube does. It kind of functions in a similar way. I'm not saying that YouTube is all like a National Enquirer tier news, though that is part of what made YouTube fun in the early days, I'll be honest with you, was that type of stuff. But it functions like that insofar as they're curating what they want you to see, and there's the serious side, but then there's also the bread tube National Enquirer side, if that makes sense, right? Of course, it's not like a one-to-one comparison. I'm just saying that it kind of operates in a similar way if you kind of understand what the National Enquirer is for as well as like what this is for. But anyway, Lexi says you should have Sven Stoffels on. He's a famous animator, and he loves Sam Hyde stuff. He even invested in Fish Tank. Lots of his shorts went viral. Is that his name on YouTube? Oh, excuse me. Is that his name on YouTube? Hold on one sec. Sorry, I'm just looking that up real quick. We're gonna get to the okay, I see him. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll hit him up. You know, that's cool. It's cool if he's into Fish Tank. Hey Scott, you ever see Dude, I'm like over here. You know, I gotta mess with my shit just a little bit more. You know. Oh, and now we're in the piss zone. Oh no, we're good. Scott, oh wait, have you ever seen Damian Trainer? He trained my brother. That's pretty crazy. Good for you. Good for your brother, man. That's really cool. Good for him. Shit. Yeah, that dude's a really good coach. Scott, did you see the German teens at a rave chanting Outlander Raus? Yes, I did, and I vomited. I was upset by that. I was angry at it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't agree with that. I think diversity is our strength. So, what we're going to be doing today, all right? One moment. Actually, you know what? Hold on, real quick. I'm going to go ahead. Of course. Of course, dude. Of fucking course. We're going to be going ahead. Now, a lot of these clips are very short, so we're going to have to watch them a couple of times, and then we're going to see if there's anything. And I haven't taken a really good look at these clips. I'll go ahead and I'll hit this one right here. I haven't taken like a very good look at any of these clips yet, so I'm not exactly sure what we're going to see. But we're going to be taking a look at something that is very interesting to me, right? And that is gang fights of this variety, right? It's not just like a bunch of guys outside of a bar. Those do interest me, right? But this, like, where it almost takes the form of more of like a medieval battle than anything. This looks like a siege right here already. So essentially, this is at the UCLA campus. There are Zionists versus Hamas supporters, and that's just what they are. Like, I'm not even trying to be like, oh, dude, fucking, oh, blah, blah. That's just what they are, right? I'm not here to even talk about like the political ramifications of anything. I don't care, right? We're just going to be looking at the fights themselves to see what exactly is going down here and what we can learn, and also, you know, we're gonna be having a little bit of fun. Gonna be having a little bit of fun watching this stuff, you know. There was also another animator, and I've been trying to remember his name. I feel bad because he used to watch me like months ago, and he donated multiple times, and I feel like such an asshole for forgetting his name. But he's like a pretty big animator. I'll have to shout him out to my 20 viewers, to my 20 whole viewers, you know, as if he needs my help. If anything, I need his fucking help. He makes some pretty good animations though, and they're 3D too. You know, you mentioned that Sven guy, and I was like, oh, is that the dude? Excuse me. I'm headed to the local campus. Gonna ask everybody protesting if they think the Holocaust happened. I'm gonna assume that's a joke, and if it's not, well, for one thing, you probably shouldn't. For another thing, you should go at least like 4 or 5 guys deep. You know, honestly. Strength in numbers there, because one of the things about these situations, right, and you're going to see this, is the mob there may be 100 people total. You know, it could even be like 50 on each side. You might have 50 on one side, 50 on another side, but what you're going to notice is only between 5 and 15 people on either side are going to actually really be going at it in a real way. It's not like there's a wall of people that converge on each other. It's like, here's the walls, here's the guys who actually want to fight in front. There's a bunch of human shields, basically, just people taking up space in back, and they're all just like, hey, 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 hey. Like, they do a lot of that. You know, I caught a glimpse of one of these, and I saw a little bit of that. You know, some guy got fucked up. He got absolutely murked because he thought he was just going to put hands on someone and go, hey, and they were going to stop, and they didn't. You know, we're going to see that. But, so, they'd refer you to their media liaison. That is true. Hi, Ecuador as well. So, what we have here is Zionists, okay, and we have the Hamas supporters. Now, the Hamas supporters, they have a barricade up, and it seems as though they've walled around basically a square section. The barricade is flimsy, but I mean, what are you going to do? It's not like they're going to lay concrete or anything like that. Really, what the barricade is more for trying to disrupt people who are trying to enter, right? It's not like these things are going to stop bullets or anything like that. But in addition to that, if somebody tries to throw something straight on, they're not going to end up hitting. In addition to that, you see these tents. These tents are one for sun and rain and things like that, but more importantly, what they're for is if anybody tries to throw something over, they're going to end up hitting the tents, right? So this is basically makeshift siege warfare right here. And again, this is why this interests me so much, is because you see the medievalness of it, and it's really crazy to see. I almost wish I was there, not to take part or anything like that, but just to be a fly on the wall, just to be an observer. I'd love to be able to spectate, hit spectator mode, and just fly around, just hover around. You know, that'd be really cool. That'd be really fun. But with that said, this is only a 16-second clip. We'll watch it full speed, and then if I feel like we gotta watch it half speed, we will. Alright, so you got these guys trying to dismantle the wall a little bit. There isn't really too much that's going on in terms of resistance. They're just sort of trying to stop. Bunch of vultures. So, right here, these guys, you see, this guy was smart. He went up thinking that they could potentially end up trying to throw something. And, you know, he ended up bringing something that was meant to try and, you know, stop that from occurring. These guys, they end up coming up and they grab basically one of the more useless parts of the barricade, right? You see, it looks like, yeah, you see, they grabbed one of the more useless parts of the barricade. It's still, the barricade itself is still, like, very much intact, as you can see. This person is absolutely stupid. You don't leave the safety of the barricade, and oh, got some plumber's crack here. You don't leave the safety of the barricade. You don't just do that. And this isn't just if you're in, like, some wannabe medieval siege situation. It's if you and who said that earlier? Who said that earlier, right? Yeah, Peach Boy Productions. Like, if you and your boys really went to one of those campuses and you started asking inflammatory questions to try and provoke a response, actually, I know you're not doing it to provoke a response, excuse me, but you know, you're doing it because you genuinely want to know. like, it would be absolutely ridiculous if people tried to, like, surround you or they tried to come at you and, like, one of your buddies decided he was going to run up front. That would be insane because that dude is going to get engulfed. And this chick right here is very lucky that these guys were more interested in just trying to take down the barricade than they were, trying to actually do any damage, because these people can't get out easy. It's going to be really hard for them to get out to protect their teammate over here. In addition to that, there's a lot of people around that are just taking up space. A lot of journos and things like that. Scum of the earth. Some of the we got Hamas supporters, we got Zionists, and then we have the worst kinds of people, journalists. Fucking, yeah. You don't mess around outside the barrier, though. Bottom line, she's very lucky they didn't have worse intentions in mind. I mean, I don't want to sit here and be like, "Oh, these guys suck at this, bro. These guys suck at this, bro. Bro, these guys suck." It's real easy for me to be the one to sit here and be like, "Oh, dude, fucking these guys, like, they're not good at this." But in the heat of the moment, you just get what you can and you run. But I will say it would have been better for them to try and grab something else, like maybe this pallet here or something like that, right? This thing was barely even attached. I think this might be partially attached to some degree. They could have potentially pried it off like 2 or 3 or more of them or something like that, But, yeah, I mean, we'll see if anybody gets hurt. Doesn't look like anybody really gets hurt. Oh, that guy, I don't know what his deal is. I don't know if he got, like, bopped on the way out. I didn't see anyone spray anything, but it looks like he's like, oh, that might just be him flopping after he got hit, because that's the activist thing to do, is, like, start shit and then flop when somebody's like, hey, dude, get away from me, All right, we're going to move on to the next one. Somebody got upset because I called them Hamas supporters. They were like, they are not Hamas supporters, you psycho. They are. Let's be honest. They fucking are. That's... It's too... Right here, regardless of what you believe about the conflict, right? I don't think it's a good thing that innocent people are dying, regardless of what side it is, regardless of what religion they are or anything like that. When innocent people die, that is a tragedy and a travesty every time, right? But let's not pretend that what we're looking at is not two of the worst kinds of fucking people that you could ever, like, see, ever, under any circumstances. Both sides in these videos are fucking trash, right? They do not care about anyone or anything other than getting, like, whatever the fuck they feel like getting. And it's not that they don't even actually care about the innocent people in Palestine or anything like that. This is a fashion statement to them. This is what this is. It is a fashion statement, right? So to fucking sit here and have somebody, like, flipping out at me over that, it's like, yeah, all right, man, you think what you want. All right, fine. We'll call them Hassan supporters. How about that? We'll call them Hassan supporters. Are you happy? Are you happy, bro? I am a hummus supporter. So what? I denounce Scott Sullivan as a Zionist here and now. Anyway, so this one is oh, hold on, un momento. This one is a minute long, okay? And it appears as though there's multiple people. It might actually be a news reporter, even though they don't own the fucking shit. But, news reporters are, like I said, there's Zionists, there's Hamas supporters, and then there's the bad guys, journalists. Should we pretend to be mad at you now? You should get really mad at me. You should actually be mad at me. All right, so, might be a good idea to actually show you guys. So, this is outside the barrier. This guy, I would assume he's a Zionist. All right, let's go ahead. So he ends up hitting the guy. And you see what I was talking about there, right? Bad intentions versus, hey, right? This guy is straight up swinging fucking planks of wood at people who are not even a threat to him. That guy has nothing but bad intentions. There's nothing but hatred in this guy's heart. You can't be the guy who's like, I'm going to grab you by the shirt and yell, hey. That's like, you see so much of that in these situations. It's so crazy. It's so ridiculous. And because of that, that guy got fucked up. I don't like seeing I don't like seeing stuff like that. I'm not on anyone's side here, right? I think everybody here is a shithead. But when I see this kind of thing, I immediately feel a little bit for the guy who's on the ground getting hit with a plank of wood. It's like, wow, like there is vitriol in this guy. There's something very Krav Maga about this guy. Krav Maga is one of those arts, right? It sucks. Anyone who says they're a Krav Maga guy is a bullshitter, right? They're a fucking bitch, right? But Krav Maga is like weak man's fighting, where it's like, oh, if you're I talk a little bit about this. If you're a cop and you do Krav Maga, what you're going to end up doing is breaking someone's arm, not because they're resisting, but because they're not complying fast enough. So you're going to say, hey, put your hands behind your back. They're going to go like that. But you wanted them to go like that. And because of that, you're going to end up breaking their arm. Because the only answer that Krav Maga has is extreme aggression and extreme violence. Extreme responses to even the smallest amount of aggression and violence. And don't get me wrong, like, it's a winning strategy in terms of the mindset that you have going into a fight. You don't fight somebody, whether it's in a cage or a in a situation like this, without using extreme prejudice, right? You are not going to fight somebody just to win. You're going to fight somebody to really try and damage them. But that's the flip side of that Krav Maga kind of mindset, is like, oh, this guy is on the ground, but like 10 minutes ago he called me a pussy. That's it. Where's my plank of wood? You know? And it's a very entitled way of going about a fight. It's a very entitled and like shitty way to go about a fight. Like me personally, like if I was on the streets, right? If I was on like jokes aside, if I had to protect myself, I would do so with extreme prejudice. Don't get me wrong, but the Krav Maga mindset is not protect yourself however you can and then get out. The Krav Maga mindset is try and kill this guy to the best of your ability. And then, I don't know, I guess after you're done flattening his nuts with the stomps that you're doing after you poked him in the eyes, maybe go for a light jog. You know, that's the Krav Maga mindset. And I don't like that, but we'll go ahead and we'll watch it again just to drive the point home. Just to drive the point home. Krav Maga has good weapon disarms. Sometimes it does. I will say the weapon disarms that I know I learned from Krav Maga guys, right? But that's almost the only shit that I have ever taken from Krav Maga. I've done a little bit of Krav here and there. The only shit that I've actually legitimately taken from Krav Maga is like the weapon disarms. And even then, like I said, some of them are not actually that good, right? And maybe I'll have to do a video on it someday. It's tough because I feel weird asking people to do stuff with me. That's why I don't do a bunch of instructionals and stuff like that are like well made. The most I do is I set up my camera phone and I film myself teaching a class. But maybe I'll show you one day. But and the flip side of it too is that I don't want you to I don't want you to see it and then think, oh, I know how to do it. I can do it now. You can't. You cannot. I wouldn't even do it. Oh, no, wait. No, we're going to watch this again. Boink. You see what I'm talking about? All right, so they're approaching. I think that guy right there. I could be wrong. Oh, no. That was a black shirt. That guy had a black shirt. Okay, so they're approaching right now. Here's another idiot who's outside of the barrier, right? This guy has main character syndrome. He thinks he's gonna be like, and they're all gonna be like, "Whoa, what a powerful display of supporting fucking Hamas." I mean Hassan. What a powerful display of supporting Hassan. I guess we gotta go home, guys. That's what I don't know who the fuck this is, but that's what they're thinking. So this is actually interesting. Oh, here's one of the guys from earlier who ended up taking the barrier. I'm wondering if this is the same clip we saw earlier, but from a different angle. I'm curious. Yeah, I believe that. Yep, this is the same clip from earlier. It's a different angle. Ah, okay, so yeah, somebody was swinging. Dude, honestly, let the barrier go at that point.
Halfway through the
Ah, okay. You see, this is what happens when you end up outside the barrier. Who do you think these guys are? You think they're the ones who are trying to tear down the barrier. And take a look at this.
look at this. Somebody is being beaten. Somebody is being beaten with a stick and punches in the middle of the lawn.
You see, and that almost looks like you see he got his stick taken from him. It looks like
at the bottom of that brawl right there.
So. Oh, nice takedown, but unfortunately, there's too much because you're an idiot and you got outside the barrier. And you see, that's a lot of good your buddies did you. That's a lot of good your buddies did you from inside the barrier. But like I said, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna fucking like what are those two people gonna go out and then also have the same thing happen to them? I want to highlight something. This right here. So when it comes to weapons that are not typically immediately deadly, like a stick, most of the time people can take a couple whacks with a stick, even to the head. Like, when it comes to weapons that are not immediately deadly, what tends to happen is people form an over-reliance on them. They think, aha, I have the stick, I will be okay. And because of that, they end up in situations where they, through that over-reliance on the stick, neglect the basic fundamental truths of a fight. And one of those truths is if somebody is crowding you and they're able to get leverage on you, you're losing. You're fucking losing. And this right here, I don't know if this is the same guy that a second ago and you're also about to see in a second was getting the absolute shit kicked out of him. I don't know if that was the guy. But it wouldn't surprise me if it was. I'll say that much. We'll go ahead. So, again, I don't know if this is the barrier or not. That almost just kind of looks like a tree. But let's go ahead.
The middle of the lawn.
You see, they jump behind him. He's down. And the last thing you want, Actually, you know what? I think this may be. Watch this guy here. Jumps. Oh no, actually no. I don't think it's the same guy. I don't think it's the same guy. No, I don't think it is. That's what you get for wanting to be a hero. You see, I think this is the start of what we were watching. See, this ain't a cartoon. This ain't a movie. You don't get and then you're fine. No. That dude is probably concussed. He's probably really screwed up in one way or another, And then even after the concussion heals, even after the bruises and anything that's broken and lacerated heals, actually Sam talked about this back when the race riots were occurring in 2020. The psychological impact of getting punched in the head once, let alone what that guy probably went through, it's not something you're just gonna bounce back from, right? It's one thing when you're doing it all the time, like me. Like when Sam hits me, I'm not like crying about it. It's just like whatever, You learn to accept it and you learn to understand that it's just kind of like whatever at the end of the day, right? It's just another time you got hit, whatever. But like when you're not constantly getting into fights and you get into a fight where that type of shit happens, it changes you. It fucking changes you, But with that said, they're peeling away at the barrier a little bit more. If these guys were smart, they would have gotten zip ties and other things like that. You would think that they had all the time. I mean, hey, look, I know who these people are. All right, they're not exactly the industrious type. All right, this is the closest thing to building anything that they've ever done in their lives. Right, so you can't expect a stone wall here. You can't expect a castle. Or anything like that. But you think they would have did a little bit more to secure these things down instead of just kind of having them there, Even zip ties would have made it a little bit better. They could have poked holes in there, put zip ties around, and when they grabbed that, they would have had to try and take the barrier with them. This right here too, and for one thing, that's going to be easier to grab onto than that thing. But then for another thing, like it's heavier and things like that. And then you attach this barrier to that one and that one and that one. You have weights to hold it down and stuff like that. But they were ridiculous. They were foolish. Wow, Scott, how often does Sam hit you? You want to talk about you want to talk about something, big guy? No. And maybe we get some solid carpenters out of this in the long run. Maybe this is how they learn carpentry. They're like, oh shit, we gotta fucking do better. The next time the conflict heats up, the next time the conflict heats up, they're trying to hit like wooden palisade forts and things like that. Show us on the doll. I'll show you on myself. Anyway, all right, let's see what happens here. What do you? Oh, that you see that guy's trying to hit the hands. You see that was a good effort on their part.
Scuffles break out one after another. Lots of very heavy sticks, very heavy barricades.
You see, and these guys again are the smart ones because they can at least stay in the safety of the barricade and whack anyone who's trying to grab it. Right? This is actually close to pretty much just is riot control tactics. That's why they line up in a line behind the barricade, is because the barricades are there because the thing is, it's easy to move a barricade, but the thing is, when you have a barricade there, it's something that when somebody grabs, okay, they are literally on the line right now. They are not to cross this line. This dude tried to grab that, whack. That's what's happening, They're watching Nick's streams on the downtime, trying to figure out how to flip houses in upstate New York to house Palestinian refugees. That makes a lot of sense, actually. That makes a lot of sense. All right, let's see here. Oh, hey, look at this guy. Oh, all right, okay. So we'll go back. We're in the piss zone again. Uh-oh. All right, we're out of the piss zone. It's all good, boys. It's all good. All right, we're gonna go to the next one. There is a actually, I'm hoping that okay, that's weird. Okay. You see, there is a whole there's a whole thread that I want to go through with these, right? They're like 30 seconds to a minute long, and I want to show you guys, as many of them as we can go through because these are interesting. They're fun to watch. Okay, so I'm not sure if anything good happens here. I have no clue, but we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna take a look at it. I don't think anyone in chat has a trade. Trade for what? Did Scott just call us Hamas supporters? Uh-oh. All right, so I don't know exactly what's going on here. It might be a bit of a nothing burger. They might just be, pulling. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, pulling barricades is something, but how many times are we going to watch pulling barricades, right? We're trying to find actual, conflict, actual punches being thrown and stuff like that. Everything else is just kind of tactical, and when you understand the tactics, you don't need to hear them constantly, Yeah, so they're pulling barricades right now. This seems to be a much more concerted and organized effort. I'm wondering what's going to happen here. Don't follow the barricade out. This lady followed the barricade out, and again, luckily, they did. Okay, so this is probably earlier in the night because, dude, who brought the kid? You guys hear that? You guys hear the fucking child crying? Holy shit, bro. Holy fucking shit, dude. Wait. Oh, it's a fucking... Oh, is that a fucking cop? There's a cop over there. Interesting. Alright. Okay. Alright, so... Fireworks. Yes. This is one that I was very interested in. Because... See, the Zionists brought fireworks and they're throwing them, and again, this is where you're going to see the barrier and the tents come into play. This is what they're specifically for. Now, the thing you need to understand about fireworks is they are a low-grade explosive. They're typically not going to do a ton of damage, but they can damage eardrums, and they depending on how big they are, how close you are, and stuff like that. Like you do run the risk of burns and things like that. But what's even more dangerous is that a lot of these people, and again, this just speaks to the absolute, ruthlessness, the absolute, shystiness of these groups. they tend to throw, well, not throw, they tend to stick nails in them. They'll stick nails and other sharp objects that upon explosion, they will be sent out. Now, if you know anything about the Boston bombing, you know that they were using pressure cooker bombs that had nails and ball bearings and other small things that upon explosion would lacerate and puncture skin. So these guys, I mean, obviously I don't know for sure if they had, you know, I obviously don't know like 110,000% for sure if they had nails in their shit, but it would not surprise me because that's kind of a big Antifa thing. You got to remember, this is Antifa versus Antifa here, right? This is just two sides of the big tent that was Antifa. And I actually, you know, now might not be the best time to talk about it. I actually realized this morning thinking about this. This is just what happens when one side, like when a big tent faction, meaning when a faction made up of a bunch of different little groups and ideologies and things like that, when they conquer the person or people that they united to try and conquer, they tend to turn inward. And that's probably what this is, if I'm being honest with you. Like, it sucks to think about. And actually, it's not the worst thing to think about because while they're fighting each other, it gives the good guys time to regroup and allow these morons to tucker each other out. But really, I think that's partially what's going on here. Is after 2020, 2021, the right, conservatives, right? They were conquered. They were kind of sent to the shadow realm for a little while. And all that was left was a bunch of these activists who they all believe different things, but they united around the idea of fighting what they perceive to be a greater evil. Now, these two factions that at one point would have been standing behind the barricade fighting the cops or Proud Boys or whoever, they're now fighting each other, right? But it's funny to see both sides using similar tactics and how difficult it is for either of them to really get ahead. Neither of them has really made any headspace. Neither of them has really pulled ahead in this battle or anything like that. They're just kind of fucking sitting there, you know? They're just hanging out, right? But yeah, I was saying, like, it wouldn't surprise me if this guy, I'm pretty sure that's him. I could be wrong. The guy who's about to throw the firework. It would not surprise me one bit to learn that he's stuck nails in there, right? So it really speaks to the ruthlessness, to the absolute, like, fuck shit that these guys are all on, that they can't even just have it be a fist fight. It has to be something that is potentially deadly, right? But let's go ahead. You're going to see. Oh, this person's trying to grab the barriers back. You see, there it is, there it is. Oh, wow, that one exploded over. I saw one that, so I want to see if we can see who shot it. I don't think we can. Yeah, it came from off screen. So yeah, that's like a legit firework too. They launched that off as though it was a you know, as though it was a mortar. That was interesting to see. But it you know, fortunately for these people, unfortunately for him, I guess it exploded too high. And if this is a if this did have nails in it, I'm not 100% sure if it would have actually caused any damage. I don't know what the terminal velocity of nails is, but I'm pretty sure that you know, the free fall speed, the maximum free fall speed of roofing nails or whatever they used is probably not enough to puncture skin just from, you know, falling on somebody. But this is why if you're going to take part in one of these, which you definitely, like, 1,000% should not. I'd take an interest in this kind of thing. That's why I know these things. If you're going to take part in one of these, you should probably buy a fucking helmet. You know? You should probably buy a helmet. Why are they fighting if they're both America first? I don't know, man. It's like they said in the Fallout series. It's the same reason as always. Everybody wants to save the world. They just can't agree on how. That's what they told me. All right. Barricades rebuilt. Still a large crowd of counter protesters here throwing shit at each other. Okay. You see, the thing is, and this is the plight that the you know, the barricade people, the hummus the hummus fans. The plight that they have currently is that they can't kill people, and neither can these people, right? It's going to be kind of difficult to get away with killing people, but in a situation like this, it's almost necessary. And I'm not saying that as like a moral judgment. What I'm saying is, like, when you get down to brass tacks, if you want to drive those people off, the people, the Zionists, if you want to drive them off, you're going to actually have to, like, really threaten them in a way where they're going to be like, oh shit, we can't fuck around. If you're just throwing soup cans at them, they might be like, oh, they're throwing soup cans, but they're going to get some kind of shield, either that or they're going to move around a little bit. And eventually what's going to happen is you're going to run out of projectiles. So this is kind of a doubly losing plight that they have right now. They're kind of in a situation where they can't really... It's kind of difficult for them to win. I think winning is just basically waiting until those guys are tired out. But the thing is, they're in a siege right now. I think if anybody tried to bring food or water for these people, they'd probably be chased off by the Zionists. I think that's just how it would end up going. It's interesting, and I don't know how this ended. This all happened last night, but I'm curious to see how it ended. I'm curious to see which side backed off, or if everybody got kicked out at the same time. Don't spoil it for me. Anyway, hey Scott, I want to win the culture wars. How do I prepare? Right now, you sit back and chill. And how many fireworks does this involve? As many fireworks as you can get. Happy 4th of July. Gender reveal parties before the child is old enough to identify as transphobic. I agree. I'm surprised there aren't more incidents at these clashes. Yeah. Excuse me. Me too. I'm surprised more stuff like this isn't occurring. Well, actually, we're after we look at a few more of these, we're gonna move on to some of the old ones, some of the ones from like 2016, 17, 18, back in the golden years of the Proud Boys beating the hell out of Antifa. You're gonna notice that California was kind of like the spot where it all popped off. You had a lot of California colleges and things like that where street battles would occur, and then they kind of exploded. And then I remember Based Stick Man, they called him. Kyle Chapman, I believe his name was. I don't know why I remember that. I have no clue. He kind of roused everybody because he whacked a commie with a stick when they were trying to attack a guy. So everybody wanted to be Kyle Chapman now, Well, let's go ahead and take a look at this one. Throwing a plank of wood. You see, and not only that, but when you throw something at them, it now becomes a weapon for them. You're basically in a weird game of high stakes dodgeball is what you're in, So it's kind of a situation where like they don't even really have to throw anything. If they could just keep on buying fireworks and keep on sending those off, because the thing about fireworks is you can't pick those up and throw them back. There was another one, though, that I want to see. Folks still milling around, some dispersing. Gaza encampment regroup and remains defended. Ah, okay, that's interesting. Huh. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Students carrying out a seriously injured comrade. I wonder who it is. I wonder if it's a guy who got beat up earlier. You can see you see that's just like a dick move. I never liked that when I see these things is the lasers. It's like a weak man thing where it's like, I don't have the balls to throw something. I don't have the balls to confront you physically. I'm just gonna sit here with my laser. That's like, again, like it's peak commie tactics where it's like, I don't care if something is like justifiable. I don't care if something is I don't care if like I seriously hurt you. Just the fact that you disagree with me, I'm going to try and blind you with a green laser. Those green lasers, like, you'll get I don't know. This could be like a myth or an urban legend or something like that. But to my understanding, those green lasers are bright enough and strong enough to reach like helicopters. Like if you hit a helicopter with that, there's a chance that the fucking cops might show up to where you're at if you stick around long enough, because they're gonna get a report and they're gonna be like, yo, what the fuck are you doing here? You trying to create a fucking helicopter crash, bro? That's just weak. That's just weak pussy shit. I'm not a fan of that. You know, it's absolutely fucking stupid. You know, concealed carry laser pointer. I support common sense laser control. All right, I support common sense laser control. We're gonna go ahead. Tense standoff. Another firework landed amongst guys in encampment, but it failed to explode. Bit of a stampede ensued. I'm curious who stampeded. I don't like that they're using American flags. That's bullshit. You know, they don't actually care. See, what it is it's an attempt at people to like conflate, you know, Israel and America as though like this is the pro-America side. That guy who has the American flag, I guarantee you, he is not a fan of America. You know, he's an Israel first kind of guy, and because of that, he's fucking, you know, he's only using it for a photo op is really what it is, you know. Okay. You see, this was one of the firework ones that I saw earlier. We're gonna take a look at like a couple more of these. I think we've gotten most of the ones that are gonna be like really, really big. But I think there was one more as well that from another one. All right. So you see this, and boom. Oh, I thought it exploded earlier. Oh, you know what it is? You know what it is actually? You know what I think it is? Hold on. So, I'm pretty sure you see an explosion and then the actual explosion. I think what that was is they learned from the mortar that they tried to do, and instead of sending it over via the mortar, they just kind of threw it and then it lit. It lit, and you know, it was trying to go somewhere, but it didn't work. Let's go ahead and see. Watch right over here. Oh, no, wait, no. Okay, let's, it's probably about here. You see, it was right there. That was probably the rocket part going off. Lots of dual citizens, if you catch my meaning. Yes, seems like it. Seems like it. Guy with the American flag, guy with the American flag is IDF for sure. Antifa versus non-Jewish Antifa is all this is. Yeah, pretty much. No, like I don't disagree with you at all. You're 100% right. That's basically what I was calling it. You know. Actually, let's do one more. LAPD overhead folks menacing the tower encampment. All right. So there was at least one more that I saw. Yeah, you know what? We'll go ahead and we'll. Oh, no, shut up. All right. Bada bing. Okay, so let's go ahead and check this out. Demonstrators inside the pro-Palestine encampment. They tried to remove. Can't really see a ton. I see this one. I don't know where that was. Well, all heck broke loose. There were fights. People were using bats. We saw serious head injuries. See, you got to keep your head on a you see. And actually, I'm gonna show you one more from this after this, because I just remembered. You got to keep your head on a fucking swivel. You got to look out for your own guys and know where they're at. I'm wondering what the hell this thing is. It almost looked like a speaker, but I don't think it is. See, you bumped into your own boy. This guy's looking around. Bang, gets absolutely laid the fuck out. Because he was standing around doing nothing. You have to keep your head on a swivel. And I'm going to explain how to do that exactly. Not that it's like overly complicated or anything like that. But I'm going to explain how you can do that when we see the next one. Alright, let's go ahead. Yeah, this guy's hurting. Wow, nice swing, bro. Look at that swing. Look at this swing. All arm. You know, he looks like he fucking... Holy shit, this guy just looks like a pussy. You can barely see himself, but he just looks like a pussy. And you know what? We'll go ahead and we'll take a look at, you know. Alright, so this guy comes up. Wow, good one. Wow, both of these guys suck ass. Hold on. We're gonna do our first half speed of the day. We're gonna do our first half speed of the day. Okay, so go ahead and look for skateboard guy. Oh, hold up. Sorry, one sec. So this is skateboard guy right here. Keep an eye on him. Okay, he runs up. He's got a weapon. He's got his skateboard, and wow, good one, dumbass. Again, you don't go to get into a fight just so you can push somebody, okay? You don't fight somebody by pushing. You fight somebody by hitting them. You fight somebody by damaging them. And I'm not saying I support the violence here. I'm just saying that if we're looking at it objectively, if we're taking a look at this and we understand, like, okay, fucking, if we understand what this is, right? This guy just absolutely lost his opportunity to, one, knock this guy on his ass, but two, get that thing back. And then you got you got this fucking guy. I can't believe that thing broke. He must have been using like some fucking, like, it must have been a wiffle ball bat. Holy shit, dude. That is crazy. Anyway, let's go ahead. We'll keep it half speed. Oh man, hold on. I want to see that again. Again, here's this guy. Needs some of that crazy saxophone shit. Okay, and we see pepper spray here. See, the thing about pepper spray, specifically that kind of pepper spray, is when you are pepper spraying somebody else, you're also pepper spraying yourself. So you're best off trying to get something that streams, not something that's going to mist, right? That's probably bear spray, actually. That looks like bear spray. You see? This is why you don't leave the safety of the barrier. If they get some shit... Oh. Hold on. Alright, you know what? Sorry, I'm gonna pause. Not pause, but I'm gonna... You know, you don't leave the safety of the barrier just for the sake of it. You see that guy has a pallet. That's actually what I'm about to show you guys. Alright, so, real quick. I just remembered something, too. I'm going to be right back, alright? I'm going to pull Hassan. I'm gonna leave you guys with my empty chair for just a half a second, okay? Because I forgot that I have to plug in my Ethernet cable. I'm hoping that everything with this stream is turning out the way that it's supposed to, because I'm going to be really upset, because I'd like to make videos out of the stream if I can, but, you know, we'll see. Hold on one second. Trouble. I can't find it. There it is. Okay. Alright, I'm back. So, sorry, one sec. I have to go to my account. And, nope. Yes, here it is. Okay. This is crazy. So, you have to keep your head on a swivel in a situation like this. And what that means is you literally don't stop looking around, okay? We as humans, we're used to focusing in on things instantly. We are used to, okay, I'm looking here at my microphone. Now I'm looking here at my camera. Now I'm looking at my shades. Now I'm looking at my keyboard. But in a situation like this, you need to keep as close to a 360-degree field of view as you can. Now, obviously, that's impossible. You can't see in 360 degrees all at once. You can see a little under 180 degrees if you include, like, the very furthest part of your peripherals, right? This is, like, I can barely see my fingers here, and I can, you know, it's more like that, honestly, right? Now that I'm thinking of it. But one of the things you have to do, and this was possible in this situation, is you have to put your back to something that's going to be safe. Some people say you should put your back to a wall. I'm not going to say that that's always the worst thing that you could do. There's worse things that you could do than putting your back to a wall in some situations, but typically you got to be careful with that because then you don't really have anywhere to run, okay? So you need to put your back to the wall and try and make your way towards an exit if you're in like a bar that's erupted into a fight or something like that, right? That's one of the things you have to really understand. Excuse me, but in this case, he could have put his back to his friendlies, right, to his friends. He could have turned his back towards the barrier, and he would have been almost perfectly fine. He would have had not just the barrier behind him, but he would have also had people who, if they saw somebody sneaking up behind him, they could have been like, hey, over there, over there. They could have even whacked him with the poles and stuff like that, right? But for some reason, this guy, I don't know if he had his back to the barrier, but, you know, it doesn't 1,000% look like it. What you're going to see, I'll just go ahead and I'll show you. See that? Boink. Whoops. Oh, okay, yeah. So that's the barrier right there. This idiot stepped outside, and he was focused in on specific things. You cannot be focused in on specific things. You have to keep your head moving, looking in every direction that you are not covered in, okay? And what you're going to do in that case is you're going to be, without even realizing it, taking in information as you slowly kind of are moving around. And you're going to notice anything that sticks out to you, and then you'll be able to focus in on what that thing is. Like, if that guy was looking around, he would have noticed, oh, that dude has a fucking pallet over his head. That dude has a shipping pallet over his head, like he's about to throw it, like he's fucking Donkey Kong in that Mario shit, in that old Mario game. Maybe I should keep an eye on that guy. Maybe I should get out of the way because it looks like he's aiming it towards me. Maybe I should move. But this guy absolutely got whomped. He caught a wallop there. He caught an absolute fucking wallop by somebody who, again, was throwing something that they really shouldn't have been throwing because that could have seriously done some real damage. But like I said, there was some genuine hatred here. And that's another reason why I think that the people with the American flags are full of shit because, you know, they're just using it for propaganda purposes. That's all it is. They don't actually care about America because, and I hate to be the guy who's like real conservatives are fat slobs. You know, oh, those guys, they dress well and they're in shape. They must be glowies. I hate to be that guy, right? But conservatives are not so quick to resort to things like that. Conservatives, people who are conservative-minded, when they resort to violence, it tends to be a lot more final. Tends to be a lot more violent, if you know what I'm saying. You know, when it comes to conservative revolutions and things like that, they tend to just go straight to killing. They don't do that whole half-measure violence shit where it's like, I'm gonna break your car window and leave an Antifa sticker on your car, and then next time I see you at a rally, I'm going to do it again, right? That's not really the conservative way of doing things. And because of that, conservatives, I mean, don't get me wrong, they'll get into a fist fight, but a fist fight is a fist fight. They're not going to be picking up fucking pallets and being like, oh, whoop, throwing it. They're going to take it and they're going to keep it, right? They're going to keep it. Maybe they'll break it down and they'll create weapons out of it, but it's typically going to be more of a defensive thing. This is an offensive thing that these Zionists are doing, and that's why that's one of the things that tips me off to it. Other than the fact that, again, it's just two groups of Antifa, and one of them decided they wanted to pretend like they're pro-America, right? They decided that was the optics that were going to work. So now you got dickheads walking around with American flags like they give a shit. You know, catch the pallet. Who said catch the pallet? Isn't Worcester a massive field? No, Worcester's a city. Oh, Scott, you never played Catch the Pallet with your friends in the streets of Worcester? You're sounding like a townie kid. Dude, fucking, I wasn't cool enough to play Catch the Pallet, dude. I wasn't cool enough, bro. Lexi is mestizo. That's That's hot. That's hot. I love brown women. I love brown women. Lexi is Josie's secret alt channel. If the kawaii bullshit doesn't bring in the bucks, she will just go full Betty. That sounds about right. All right, so we'll go ahead. I'm going to move on to the old ones, okay? I'm talking about, like, the old shit. Battle of Berkeley type shit. We're going to... I hope this stuff is still up there. Oh, yeah. This was crazy seeing this go down. This was insane. All right, we'll go ahead. Oh, this is fucking 25 seconds, and it's a news company that's going to be fucking stupid. I want to see if I can get a news company, or not a news company. Oh, Donut Operator. I'm sure Donut Operator won't I'm sure, what's his face? That guy. I'm sure Donut Operator won't claim my shit, but I also want to see if there's anything else that might be not bad. You see, there's a lot of these things. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna mute that because it's probably got some 2017 Chatelet type shit, and I'm not really interested in hearing that. We used to joke about Americans being stupid, but this all takes the cake. Your cope is through the roof. We, in our glory days, when we what? Pause. I don't understand that last sentence. I don't speak European, so you're gonna have to hit me with some real language, not one of those made up gobbledygook things that you guys pretend to speak to differentiate yourselves from us. Anyway, all right. So we have Antifa and we have Mr. American Flag thinking he's hot shit. Boy, 2016 sure was an interesting time. It's quite the barrier they have there. The cops literally just let them go through. That's funny. And the thing is, chances are they knew that the cops would just let them go through. They probably were warned beforehand that the cops would just allow them to go through because, this is a California place. This is one of the first examples of, like, a really big one, in my opinion, if I remember correct. So we can't really see too much here. We see some bitch throwing punches to the fucking gut because, you see... This is the type of shit that was going down, You guys remember that? How soon people forget. Like, this is the type of shit that was going down in 2017, and people, like, completely and totally forget that this was, like, a thing, This is before people really started, like, fighting back, too, So this is actually annoying to see. It's annoying to see some little bitch who I guarantee you is too afraid to order pizza on the phone, utilizing mob mentality to try and find some kind of strength. Again, this is morality of the weak. This is weak people pretending to be strong, but really all they can do is try and be predators. They're trying to predate upon this guy who was foolish, right? He's foolish to go walking around a place where people want to do harm to him to try and elicit that reaction, right? But it's annoying to see that kind of thing. I'm hoping there will be good footage. A lot of talking. This is back when people used to actually talk. So there's a smoke bomb right there. That's something that Antifa would use because that's not. I don't believe that's tear gas. I think that's a smoke bomb that they threw in order to disperse the crowd. See, this is also back when there was a lot more talking. You see, there's a firework. This is back when there was a lot more talking that was going on in between these things as well. Again, people just kind of you see right there. You see right there, somebody from that side is like, hey, guys, stop it. They don't want to stop. They want to hurt you. They want to fucking hurt you, desperately. That must be a firework. That was interesting. Wow, nice. Wow, you got him, man. You fucking got him, bro. It's funny too because that actually was not the worst jab cross I've ever seen. Go ahead and pay attention to this guy, right? you see, whoever's going to win this battle for the dumpster, they're only going to win based off of numbers. And, you know, these guys are not going to hold them back, right? So they might as well just get out of the way and allow the dumpster to go through. That's literally something you'll see in Europe. The European riot police, they're very attuned to the Antifa tactics. And when they roll dumpsters, they'll just be like, oh, all right, it's coming in. We better... And then you see the dumpster go through, and then they close the hole. It's kind of funny to see. I want to see this guy's jab cross, though. That wasn't the worst I've ever seen, but it wasn't exactly good. You see there's a... Oh, look, it's Lauren Southern. It's my girlfriend. Where's... Oh, here it is. I was looking for my thing. You see, this was this is the bike lock. This was the famous one. Yeah, that's Eric Clanton right there. Okay. You see, and this is why you don't stand and talk. You're either like when it comes to these things, you shouldn't stand and talk with people. You shouldn't converse with people. You're not there because you disagree. You're there because they hate you, right? If you're one of these conservatoids, right? You're there because they hate you. So you should probably not fuck around. You should probably not be talking to these people. As tempting as it is, and I know this was 2017 before people started to get smart, you actually, as time went on, the closer you get to 2020, 2021, you see slowly but surely people become a little bit less quick to try and talk things out with people and a little bit quicker to defend themselves. You don't talk because even if those people there, right, even if all these people, right, let's go ahead, even if all these people were like, yeah, we're just talking, this guy was not just talking. He was probably one of the main organizers on the day. He was a college professor. Chances are he had some kind of funding from somebody. And I don't mean Soros, even though it could be Soros, right? He probably went there thinking, no, we need mayhem. We need to cause a riot so that we can blame the fucking the Nazis. The Nazis. We need to blame them. This guy is literally just standing there conversing and then whop. Oh, damn, we need to find Scott's Discord server then. What, you guys aren't in my Discord server? I mean, I'll post it later if you want. You know, I use it mainly for call-ins and things like that. Yeah, I remember this. This was before people started, like, really fighting back, you know. Yeah, we'll have to, I'm curious about, the hell is this over here? Oh, yeah, it's fucking, oh, I remember this. This is fucking Moldy Locks. It's just funny, right? This is what happens when women try to be violent on the level that men are, right? Or it's not even that. Ooh, interesting sticker there. It's not even just a woman thing, but it's especially women. It's more so that it's like people who are not actually cut out for violence, you know, soft people. When they try to get violent, I remember this sticking out to me because I was just like, what the fuck was she doing there? She was so out of place. We're going to see if we can identify her quick, okay? And where is she at? Okay, right. So here's Moldy Locks, okay, right? So you see how she jumps in and she's like, "Hey guys, where the fight started? Where's the fight? We're doing the fight? Yeah, that's right. We're gonna fight. Oh shit." She got dinged. And okay, they actually fought back here. They actually charged. This was crazy to see because it was like, wow, like, damn. They ran them off through the smoke. That's like some movie shit right there, you know? Hey, here, take one. Here, have it, take it. Oh, you see, you don't talk shit. They tear down them banners. They go down. You don't talk shit. You're either fighting or you're not talking. You're away from these people. All right. So let's go ahead. It's Moldy Locks. Oh. Epic rap battles of Berkeley. Holy shit, what the hell? That's crazy. I'm trying to remember who else. Yeah, I think this right here. You know what? Fuck it. You see, there's the. You see, they would have been better off all rushing at the same time. But what ends up happening in these situations, because there's no clear leader, it's literally all just mob mentality, and that's the thing you need to understand with these things is you need to stick with a mob in these fights. You can't just make your own decisions, and you can't just let your buddy go alone. So it becomes a situation where, even though I just said you can't make your own decisions, somebody does make their own decision. Somebody does decide they're gonna go ahead, right? And okay. Anyway, sorry, I got a message on Twitter, and I was like, wait a second. Excuse me. Basically, it's a weird situation where people shouldn't be making decisions on their own, but what ends up happening is one guy ends up being the first to go, and then the second guy goes because he doesn't want to be letting his buddy go alone, and then the third guy goes because he sees those two guys, and then eventually everybody goes. Even if everybody isn't fighting, everybody's at least moving forward. It would have been smarter for them to try and bypass getting shit thrown at them and just immediately charge, right? But it's early in this. So Antifa, and you see what's happening, right? It happened exactly like I said. You see one guy, he sort of just rushes forward. Oh, of course. He sort of just rushes forward, and then everybody else runs in behind him because they're like, fuck, we can't let our boy go alone. And as you can see, some of these guys, and this is why you have to be very careful when you are rushing forward. You can't rush too far forward because here's all the MAGA patriots. Here's all the MAGA American loving patriots. And then here's Antifa, and you can see there's a couple of guys who end up getting swallowed up by Antifa. That's not a good position to be in. Like there's a couple of guys right there. This guy is sort of, he's stuck in the middle of everybody. Yeah, you know what? A lot of these things are coming back to me. I used to follow these guys just because I was curious about all the fights and stuff like that. I'm gonna have to look up. I'm trying to find a video again that is not going to be a big thing. I'm trying to make sure that these guys can't turn around and be like, "Oh, you guys." Oh. Yeah, Cider Riot. Yes, Cider Riot was the name of it. Oh shit. Of course, all the good videos are either buried or they got taken down. And it's so annoying. Yes, okay. All right, okay. So, this was a really big one because the owner of this bar ended up suing. And then in addition to that, I think it was like a really bad look for these guys. I guess they're called Patriot Prayer. It's been a while. These guys were kind of the big players in like the Pacific Northwest, I guess, in like Seattle and Portland and shit like that. And then, of course, here's Antifa. There ends up being a couple of fights here. They basically huddle up around Cider Riot. You see, if you're going to spray, you got to spray and get out of the way. You can't just spray and then hang out, You have to be mobile in situations like this. It also would have been smart for a big man over there to wear a little bit of eye protection, See, it's tough, right? For one thing, they're outnumbered, right? The Patriots, the MAGA Patriots, they're outnumbered. Okay, so there's one thing, right? These Antifa have more people than them, and in addition to that, they're packed into an area where it makes it a little bit difficult for them to be chased out, right? If they wanted to actually win the field per se, they would have to penetrate the little makeshift barrier that is the property line, right? They kind of put those plants and things there to kind of mark the property line and create an enclosed space for the people on the property. But they would also have to push in far enough, quick enough, and aggressively enough to push them out of the space, right? But it's kind of difficult to do that, you know, and that's kind of the plight of the people at UCLA last night. Was you know, the Zionists, they wanted to kick out the Hamas supporters, and they were unable to because they couldn't actually penetrate the barrier, at least from what I saw. I'm pretty sure it just kind of puttered out at one point or another. You know, it's not much. I mean, it's simultaneously very different while not being that much different from medieval combat. A lot of it has less to do with like I'm killing this many people and more to do with I've maneuvered my men into a position that has made your position untenable, right? Or I have maneuvered my men into a position that makes your ability to attack and win not possible. It's just not gonna happen, right? You know, obviously those things were deadly, right? They were probably a lot more deadly than these things were, but the idea is still very similar. The idea is still very much the same, right? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know what? I'll go ahead. I'll post the link now because people are asking about it. I'll post the link now because people are asking about it. Just give me a second. I'm talking about my Discord server. I'll post the link to that. I just got to pull it up in a second. Hold up. Just make sure you obey the rules now. Make sure you obey the rules, of course. The link now because people are asking. Uh-oh. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. There we go. I posted it. So, let's go ahead and continue. And you know what? We can... Jeez, look at this set. Wow. I mean, look, guys, I know I'm not exactly, you know, I'm not in the best shape myself, right? I got a little bit more cushion for the pushing, but it's just hilarious to see the sex offender sevens look from these guys. You know, it's just so funny to see that. Holy shit. Euro versus US fight, go. Oh, look, there's a fucking dog just hanging out. Oh, you see, that's why you don't leave the safety. You don't leave the safety of the spot. Actually, it seems like Antifa has less people than I thought. They looked a lot bigger. Oh, you hit a random car. See, these guys are at least smart enough to move when somebody throws something at them. They don't just watch a firework land and be like, huh, all right. You see, this is actually where, and it's the same thing. It's the same thing with the, you see, this used to be, I could swear there was other parts of this, right? But, this is where you, on the outside, would want to be throwing stuff, right? They would want to be throwing stuff there because those people, they're kind of in a location that makes it hard to penetrate, right? They're very hard to penetrate right now. But they could be throwing things, and it's going to be harder for these people to dodge, right? Come out in the street. I don't think anyone's going anywhere. I think everybody's just kind of doing their thing now. Oh, that guy throw like a red Solo cup. Is that what that was? No, I am all set. We'll go ahead and we'll try another one. Welcome to Colombia. Antisemity. Oh, haha. Ho ho. Hilarious. Haha. Alright, anyway, geez, look at this sad sack of shit. Holy fuck, what a pussy. Yeah, no. Okay, alright, okay. Cider Riot 2. Patriot Prayer arrives and chaos ensues. Okay, we'll go ahead and we will check this out. Okay, so this is probably from the Antifa point of view, because Antifa doesn't just allow people with cameras to hang around them, you know, just for the sake of it. They aren't big on news and shit like that. We'll go ahead and we'll try our best to. It says most replayed here. You see, I love women at these things because women think they're hard, and it's because, again, it's a weakling thing. It's the mob mentality. They think that as soon as they can walk over and get in your face and be like, fuck you, you know? And when you're like, yo, get out of my face, everyone from their side is going to jump on you. But the thing is, everybody from their side is a bunch of pussies. They're a bunch of pussies. There's one guy on this, because I remember seeing this because it was such a crazy thing to see. An Antifa guy who actually knows how to fight. There was actually an Antifa guy who does MMA here today, I believe. Not today, but back then, I believe. That was like crazy to me. I was like, wow, one of them can actually fight. But other than that, everybody, all of them, like look at this fucking guy. You think this guy has ever made a fist in his life? Then there's this dude, Mr. New Metal, in, I think this was 2019. Yeah, fucking good one. You think this art house fuckhead has ever thrown a punch in earnest in his life? No. Don't even get me started on Man Bun here. Are you fucking kidding me? I could pick apart every one of these losers, you know? That'd be... Even the guy who could fight. I remember seeing him thinking, oh, I would have fucked that guy up, but it's interesting to see a guy who actually knows how to fight, right? I remember thinking that back then. But we're going to see if we can find the one Antifa that can actually fight. But, you know, before that, we're going to check out the other spots that we missed here. We'll see if we can get Rufio as well as the Marlboro Man as well. Those are some guys that you know Sorry, one sec. Sorry. Sorry, I was texting somebody. They sent me something important. But let's go ahead. You see what I'm talking about? She's like getting in the face. She's like, oh yeah. Look at the crazy eyes, right? She's only doing that because she thinks everybody's gonna like. You see, she's only doing that because she thinks everybody's gonna like protect her and shit like that. And look. She got hands put on her. It's not even like she got, like, hit. She basically just got pushed in the neck, and nobody even protected her, right? It's like you're gonna spit on somebody and then get upset when they're like, yo, knock it off. It's like, no, you know? You see? Look at this Dasha looking chick. Look at this wannabe Dasha chick who's like, you think it's alright to hit a woman? Yeah, if one spits on me, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have something to say about that. So shut the fuck up, you know? Okay, and this is about where you see this is about where it popped off the last time. Look at this guy with his guitar. Musicians always got to find a way to put their music into something, and it's fucking stupid half the time. It's like, wow, you got a guitar, congratulations. That's fucking bogging you down, you idiot. Oh, and hey, it's the guy I was making fun of earlier. You're some loser. Hey, fuck off, dude. Hey, fuck off. Fuck off, man. The dude was, his shit ran out. You saw that little like weak stream? His shit ran out. That's hilarious, dude. That's fucking hilarious. Imagine how stinky these women are. Oh, dude, that must have been intolerable. That must have been unbearable. That must have been awful, bro. Alright, yeah, so we've already seen this. We'll go ahead and we'll skip forward just a tiny bit. Yeah, because this is, if I remember correctly, this is the exact, like, thing, you know? The exact guy that we were watching earlier. Maybe it wasn't, because it's all Antifa right now. I don't actually remember this shot, but I could have swore I saw a shot from earlier. Dude, what is like, you know, your protective goggles don't actually protect you if they're not on your face, right? Specifically your eyes. You know that, right? You know that's how those things work, right? Sorry, I got something important going on that it's like, you know, I kind of got to send a couple texts real quick. Wannabe Dasha thinks she's the loudest. That means she's the most commie. That wasn't even pepper spray. That was just beer. Oh, I guess it was piss. Nah, I don't think it was piss. I think they were just saying that. This is funny as hell, dude. You see, now that I'm thinking of it, oh no, I was going to say they could try and go in on that side, but nah, they have this side covered pretty well. They do have this side covered pretty well. See, I was going to say they could try and flank them because a lot of them moved back towards that side and they would have been corralled in.
You have the silly spray, not the pepper spray like everybody else. That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking kudos. That's what I would prefer.
You see, that's one of the cringe things about these is like you have like weirdos on both sides who want to sit here and be like act like they're buddies. It's like, no, we're all here to like we're all here to hurt each other, right? And when I say we, I don't mean like me. I was never one of these fucking stupid things. I'm too smart to do something like that. But it's like you're there, so oh boy, holy shit, we got a live one here, boys. We got a fucking live one. I'm gonna be keeping an eye out for this one. Don't you worry. But we're not buds, we're not pals, so I don't know why you would be like, oh, yeah, I got silly string, tee-hee, and the other guy's like, haha, kudos, haha. It's like, no, fucking, you hit me in the eyes with silly string. It's probably not gonna feel good, you know. So these appear to be like the pussies then. You know, everybody who wants to fight is over there. That looks like Jeremy from the quartering. I just noticed that. This right here. Is that Jeremy from the quartering? What are you doing, Jeremy? What are you doing there? What are you doing there, Jeremy? What's up, dude? What the fuck, man? Anyway, these are the pacifists. These are the ones who, and you can see they look even dweebier than the ones that are yelling and screaming and like hitting pepper spray and shit like that. You can see these are the ones who want to feel like they're tough, but really they're like, you know, the weird kids, the leather jacket kids, the ones that used to Naruto run through the halls in school. They're here. They're just happy to be here. They want to feel like they're totally bashing the fash, but they're not. They're just hanging out. So I would even say that the Patriots, they could have went around this way, pushed all these weirdos back, and they would have ended up pushing them into the ones that actually want to do some real fighting. And because of that, it would have made it really hard for the ones that want to do some real fighting to actually do anything, because there would have been friendly fire anytime they tried to do anything. So that would have been a smart move on their part, you know, if they were able to identify this. Yeah. All right, pal. I'm waiting to... Oh. Again, this dude, he needs new pepper spray. Somebody get him new pepper spray or something. Ah, you see, you got a baton. I'm waiting to see what happens next. Something's gonna explode. Ah, you see. This guy, I don't even think he was with Patriot Prayer. I think he just was like, yo, I'm a student trying to get my shit back. And, of course, you see, Mr. Neon shit over here. He isn't even tough enough to be up front. He's got to wait for somebody to come around back. There's literally no point in going to these protests unless you're looking for a fight, pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. I'm sure it's fun. I'm sure it's a blast. I'm sure it's a fucking hoot. But yeah, I mean, you know. You know, and one thing I will say is that I don't think there's a moral equivalency between the Proud Boys and Antifa, right? I'll say that much. This is about as political as I'm about to get today. I'm not a Proud Boys fan. I think those guys are like weirdos and shit like that. But if you look at the timeline of events, this is something I studied because I was like, wow, fucking medieval battles in the middle of modern American cities. That's fucking crazy. Let's see what this is about. Like, if you study the timeline of events, you notice that the Proud Boys only started fighting when Antifa kept on, like, legitimately trying to murder people with weapons and shit like that, right? So when Gavin McInnes goes on Joe Rogan and Joe Rogan decides he's going to bitch out, he's going to be a pussy, and he's going to be like, no, but the Proud Boys are bad too. Yeah, fuck off. The Proud Boys weren't walking around with fucking brass knuckles, with fucking knuckle dusters, as you can see here. It's a little bit weird because, I figured that would have made this thing go away. But you see knuckle dusters here, right? Pepper spray is one thing, right? That's typically not gonna cause long-term damage. This Potbelly over here, right? Potbelly fucking ponytail. He's carrying shit that could damage somebody long term in severe ways, you know. You have Antifa doing shit like this, and the Proud Boys are like, yo, what the fuck? And they beat up Antifa in self-defense. And you have like pussies like Joe Rogan, you know, like I lost respect for Joe Rogan after this. He's like, no, that's not cool that they're fighting Antifa. It's like, no, it's totally cool actually. It's self-defense is not all right, Joe. I thought you were big into martial arts and self-defense and shit like that. All of a sudden self-defense isn't okay? Huh, interesting. Interesting, Joey boy. But moving on. It's going to happen soon. There's going to be the 1v1 and I could be wrong. I don't think All right, let's go ahead. I don't think it's this guy. It might be this guy, but I don't think it's this guy. It might be. I don't know why. This guy kind of looks familiar to me. What's he like that for? That's pretty crazy. Alright, when's the next one gonna pop off?
Hey, go back to your jurisdiction.
Hey, go back to your jurisdiction. Oh, there she is, boys. There she is. It's our girl. It's our girl. Our collective girlfriend. Alright, this is we're all allowed one girlfriend. Everybody in the stream, there she is. We gotta share her, boys. There's plenty of her to go around. All right, there's plenty of her to go around, but we gotta share her. All right, I call the right arm. All right. Again, there's no reason to have conversations with people. If I was that dude, Joey Gibson. If I was fucking Joey Gibson, I'd be like, nah, I'm not interested in talking to you. Get away from me. Get the fuck away from me. You know, I'd be like, no, like, we're not talking. We just fucking fought each other. You think I'm talking to you right now? You know? Like we just pepper sprayed each other. We just hit each other with projectiles. We're pulling out clubs and knuckle dusters and things like that. Now's a good time for a chat. Fucking, we're gonna talk this out now. We're gonna get this straightened out. Now's a good time for a chat that the weapons are coming out. Yeah, that's how it is. That's what it is, bro. Man, this wannabe Dasha chick is getting me hot and bothered here. Okay, seems like yeah. So somebody got sprayed. I don't know who. Looks like it might. Nah, I don't think it was her. I think she got. She probably got some. Yeah, she didn't get directly sprayed. This dude looks like he doesn't know what to do. He's like, fuck, do I go forward? Do I go back? Forward, back? What do I do? What am I gonna do? Oh boy, they got one of their own. Dude, it's the husband. We got a Romeo and Juliet story coming up between Ham Planet and fucking Big Boy over here. That dude, this dude showed up like, I'm here for the bitches. Dude, it's got to come up at some point.
Would they bust about $1,000 for equipment on you? Just the lands, or is your housing still okay?
Alright, we'll see. We'll skip ahead. It looks like something might pop off here. Oh boy! You see, we have Mr. Tough Guy here, the guy who's gonna step out and he's gonna be like, yeah, come over here, you. I don't think. Oh, and he blew a kiss too. He thinks it's cute to blow a kiss. Fucking. I really hope this guy gets fucked up now. I hope this guy gets fucked. Wow! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that flinch! Look at that flinch right there. Nice little flinch guy. He looks scared now. He looked a little bit confident before, and now he looks like he's like, oh shit, oh shit. All right. I'll go ahead and I'll see what is going on here. Oh, okay, duh. We're gonna see if we can find a point, right? Because it seems like everybody's just back to talking right now. We're gonna see if we can find a point where it's like I said, there was like 1v1s. They 1v1'd each other here. I remember that specifically because, again, the Antifa guy wins, right? For once. For once, the Antifa guy wins. What the hell happened here? Oh, you got hit by, what, a water bottle? Oh. I think he, oh yeah, he threw the bear mace can. That was pretty, wow, nice throw, bud. That was an inventive way to use the empty can. That wasn't a bad idea. It was not a bad idea on this man's end. Oh man, dude, is it gonna be in here? I'm nervous now. I'm like fucking nervous now. Nah. Uh-oh, is this it? Oh, wait. This might be it, because I'm pretty sure this is the guy, because I remember it being a big fat boomer guy who ends up losing. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Ah, fucking A, dude. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Oh man, this is crazy. Ah, dude, they didn't get to it. They didn't fucking get to it. Let's see if there's a Stumptown Matters. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna take a look at this guy's channel. Full unedited. Okay, I don't know if we are. I don't know if we're going to. Okay, here's the 1v1s. Here's the fucking 1v1s. Okay, all right. So let's see if we can get the let's see if we can get the full. Oh, so it was that dude. I called him out properly. Yeah, okay. Let's see here. So it looks like this is the beginning of it. Maybe hold up. Let's go back so we can actually be like 100% sure now. Good job, cameraman. Okay, so we got, oh, wait, let's, alright, yeah, so it's coming up in a second. I'm going alright, top 5 best. How are you going? How are you going? How are you doing? All right, so yeah, here's the beginning, right? Here's the 1v1. It's like just about to start. Yeah. All right. So yeah, this guy right here, he does MMA, or at least he does striking. You can see he does, you know. He's not that good, but he's, you know, he's coordinated, and he's got, you know, some. He knows what he's doing, you know. See this guy, he throws some kicks. He kind of gets a sprawl. I wouldn't say it's a sprawl, but he gets the underhooks, right? Throws a knee. See, he almost had the fucking single leg, the Proud Boy. Oh, you see, there's the guillotine. I don't remember a guillotine in there, but he pops out. See, this dude has his hands really low, and he doesn't really have much to worry about because, you know, this guy isn't really a fighter per se. But it's just interesting. So that was a kick that he kind of feinted. I don't think he was a. You see, you can see he's not very. You can see he's not very confident. He's not very confident right now, right? He's trying to be very careful. That could partially be because this dude outweighs him. They seem to be about the same height, though. You know, this guy's maybe a little bit taller. So this guy does have a good idea, though. He's trying to lead with the cross, but again, he's not confident in his ability to. I think he's just trying to line up one shot that's going to really do damage. This dude, on the other hand, he's in like a lefty stance. That's why the cross is a good idea, right? He's kind of comfortable lefty. So he tries to throw a kick, kind of slow. You see, he looks stilted. He looks like he trains, but he hasn't been in many fights. You know, you can see, oh yeah, that was a pretty nice kick. Gets caught, but it doesn't really matter. He ends up, there's a knee. And you see, if I was one of this guy's boys, all bets are off now. We're letting him go. We're letting him throw, like this is the fair one. They're hitting a fair one right now. And then you have this fucking loser, looks like a female, probably a they-them lesbian, hitting fucking pepper spray on this dude just for the sake of it. If I saw that, I'd be throwing hands probably on this guy to start. And then when those guys ran in, I'd start throwing. I'd start throwing on them, right? That's not cool. That was a good one. That was a fucking good one right there. You're not going to hit me. Bleeding from the mouth now. Wow, that was a good one. I do not... You see, this guy, and what a lot of people do when it comes to leg kicks, especially in MMA, is they use leg kicks to get comfortable. Kicks are almost a feeling out process in especially modern MMA. You don't see many leg kick knockouts and things like that. The first round, you see a ton of leg kicks, ton of calf kicks, things like that. But then as people become more comfortable in the fight, they abandon the kicks because they're like, okay, I feel comfortable in the pocket. I want to try going for the knockout. I want to try knocking this dude out, right? And you can tell this guy, he's like, fuck, I'm not comfortable, but I want to throw something, so I guess I'll just throw I'll throw a kick that's not even really going to hurt this guy. Those kicks aren't hurting like that, you know? Again, an attempt at hand fighting, but really nothing too big. Again, like, this is why I think I could beat this guy, because it took him this long to start throwing anything. And he just kind of fell over, and I'm pretty sure this is the end of the fight. I'm pretty sure they said this is the end of the fight. See, at the very least, they shook hands after. That's nice, I guess. But, yeah, like, I remember seeing this thinking, oh, like, this guy trains. That's interesting. That's the one Antifa guy that can actually fight. And he's not that good, you know? Like, chances are he hasn't really had any fights, right? Because I remember my first fight, I was tentative the way that he was. Now I'm kind of over that, and I'm kind of able to just go out. Even if I'm feeling somebody out, there's no trigger shyness. I'm not shy to pull the trigger or anything like that. I'm able to at least be like, okay, this is a fight. I think I have this guy lined up. Bang, right? Pulling the trigger is something you have to get comfortable with over the course of like probably a fight or two, to tell you the truth. You know, at least if you're not able to do that in sparring, I will say. And I mean, hey, he didn't do bad. You know, it's just he was fighting a guy who didn't actually know how to fight. Plus, they only went to a knockdown. You know, that's it. But that was nice of them to shake hands. I think there might have been another one as well. We'll go ahead. I think there was another one. Oh, man. Look at... I wanted to see the dude. That's fucking hilarious, dude. Anyway, I believe there's another fight that takes place. I could be wrong. Let's go ahead and see. You see, this guy is like Bruce Lee. It's like, fuck no, dude. Holy shit. Scott, you were terrified of fighting Sam. We all saw it. Don't lie. Yeah. I was scared shitless. Dude, I could swear there was another fight that takes place. I wanna make sure we get it before we go to some of the classics. Anyway, before we go to some of the classics. See, now everybody wants to call everybody else out. And it's like, why don't we just, you know... you see, now this dude's like, all right, guys, come on. You know what I believe in? I believe in fucking showers, lady. You look like you haven't had one of those in at least a week. You fucking creep. Holy shit. Get out of here. This chick is definitely on heroin, like, homeless in Portland right now. You know it. You know that's where she went after this. This chick is homeless, doing fucking heroin. You know that's what's going on. Right? Shit's fucking ridiculous. Anyway, well, there's something that pops off here. Milk on the face. Oh, damn. Oh, yeah, I remember. That's what happened here, is that chick got absolutely knocked the fuck out, and she ended up in the hospital after, like, hours of harassing people physically. LOL. Yeah, that's what you guys should be doing, is picking her up by the legs. Potential neck injury, you should pick her up by the legs. Move her around quickly. That's hilarious, dude. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there wasn't another 1v1. Maybe there wasn't another 1v1. I don't know. Huh. Alright, I guess that's it. Hold up. We'll go ahead, we'll look up, we'll do, like, 2 more of these if we can. You know, we'll do 2 more of these if we can. There was so many of these things back in the day. I'm looking for the one where that dude catches the fucking baton and knocks somebody on their ass. That was pretty crazy. Yes, here we go. This better not be like stupid. This better not be like an edit. It's gonna be dumb as hell. Alright, here we go. Any second now. Ah, okay, alright. This is what I was talking about earlier. So this is the... Oh, okay, alright.
Okay, mister. All right.
Here we go.
Show's over now. You put that thing away. Now put it down before you poke some...
You see, it's like I said earlier, right? When you have a weapon, it's hard not to become overly reliant on the weapon as almost like a pacifier, because that's kind of what it becomes. And you become so overly reliant. You become so reliant on it that you end up doing some, like, absolutely stupid shit, like thinking it's the only method of attack that matters.
You're not old enough to shave. insurance nightmare.
Damn, that's crazy. Anyway, so I think it goes slow-mo. So one thing I'm not a fan of, even though it worked out, is he caught the baton with his hand. That's a quick way to break your hand. You know, good for him, right? I mean, hey, legendary. But it's like, oh man, that sucks. You know, boing.
Where are your parents?
Man. I remember hearing that this guy ended up in the hospital, and the Portland police, which is like a leftist bureau of commie enforcement, they actually decided not to even bother charging him because they knew that a jury or whoever would have a really hard time getting charges to stick when this idiot fucking swung a stick at him. You know? Shit's fucking ridiculous. Anyway. There was one more, right? There was one more. Hold on. Oh yeah, wait, no. I believe somebody sent it to me on Twitter. We're gonna take a look at it, right? We're just taking a look at it because it's fun at this point. I don't even really have that much to say in terms of like, oh, this is what you want to do. This is what you don't want to do, you know? Yes, I am well aware it is age restricted. Yes, okay, let's watch on YouTube. This is a classic one. If you know about this one, this is a classic, but it's also it's a hidden gem because this came kind of late in the game, right? It's late in the game, and you know, it happened in Canada, which I don't think Canada was home to tons of these, right? But as you can see, there's the Antifa. They decided they were going to wear pink because, you know, fucking, I don't know. Fucking. The idea of black bloc tactics is that you're supposed to blend in with the next man. You're not supposed to be able to stand out. And you got this chick who, she clearly just, she's being a performative revolutionary right now. What she's hoping is she's going to land a boyfriend there. She's not actually trying to be there to, like, do anything. You know, she's doing what a lot of women do with these things, which is take up space, be annoying, and act performatively. You know, fucking, and then you got this dude right here who you can probably see is starting shit. So they took his thing and he tried to go get it back, and boink. See that, like. This is exactly what you need in a fight like this, right? This dude sees what's going down, and there is no, hey, grabbing and, like, holding or anything like that. It's just straight up, okay, the fight has commenced, I am fighting now. And it's not hit one guy and then, yeah, or, like, hit one guy and then be like, okay, that's enough. No, every enemy that is within reach, every person who is a threat to you and your friends that is in reach, you should be trying to get at in some way, shape, or form. There was absolutely zero hesitation in this guy. I mean, let's watch it again. That's obviously a sound that's been edited in, but man, that is such a beautiful thing, right? We're gonna watch it again. We're gonna watch it again. This is a great one to end on. Oh yeah, and then I remember, watch this guy. What? No, what? Oh no, this guy. You see how he crawls away and just disappears behind the little thing? That is great. You see, and this guy again, like, he's in fight mode as he should be, right? Right. This guy right here is in fight mode as he should be. These people should be getting their asses beat by his friends. These people should be absolutely blown the fuck out of the water, right? We got another girlfriend material. We got another QT 3.14 here. Like, you don't let your boy get hands put on him when he's in the middle of the fight because you don't know what could happen. They could have pulled him off, and then these two and then this guy could have jumped back up, and they could have all been trying to beat the hell out of him. When a fight commences, a fight has commenced. If you're not fighting, you better get the hell out of the way. And if your boy is in the middle of a situation where he could be hurt, you better protect your boy. You better make sure no harm comes to your boy. This is the only guy there that I would have any, like, legit respect for, at least from this small clip. I'm pretty sure the clip was longer when I ended up seeing it years ago. This is the only guy that I personally would have any respect for after this, you know? Fucking, it's time to go. Antifa decides they're gonna make a move. They're gonna take a swipe, and this guy single-handedly fights them off, and everybody else is just like, well, that's enough. Hey, that's enough. Hey. No. Fucking, you're either fighting or you're not. There's no in between. There's no talking, whether it's talking shit, whether it's trying to reason with somebody in a situation like this. There is no standing next to them. There is no joking around or anything like that. It's a fight or it's not. And if it's a fight, you better fight. You know? It is what it is. Humby says, to be fair, I'm short, so? Yo, they aren't being schizo. I'm schizo. They're being a phone head. She is the Antifa snack truck. Dude, she ate the Antifa snack truck. Let's be honest here. Alright. Damn, it's been 2 hours. I didn't expect it to be 2 hours. Damn, fucking 10:30. Holy shit. Okay. You have all the self-control to not kick another man in the balls, to literally save your own life out of honor for your fellow man, but you literally can't help betaining your wife to beating your wife to death. Call balls. I'm talking to the random people in the chat. Scott, if you were wearing a pointy hat, you would be the perfect gnome, bro. You should be a gnome from fantasy. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll be a fantasy gnome. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll be a fantasy gnome. How about that? Oh, man. Gecko says, reminds me of my shoot box days. My shoot the box days. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I'm just looking around. We're gonna be getting out of here in a second. I just don't want to be like, all right, I'm out, like immediately, you know. Poland is sweet. I like all my Polish friends. Ireland killing it. Same with Scotland right now. Proud of them. Dude had brain swelling. What dude? Are you talking about the dude from the Rufio video? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had brain swelling, which makes a whole lot of sense. He got knocked out stiff, and then he hit his head on the ground. I would be very surprised if he did not have brain swelling. That'd be pretty crazy to not have brain swelling after that. Michael Beal for the $5. Thank you very much, man. 5-round fights in the UFC ought to have 90-second rest periods. Thoughts? I mean, I think if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, I don't think it's 90 seconds. I don't think that's too much, but I also don't see a real reason to get anal about it in that way. You know, I don't necessarily see a reason to do it other than just like an extra 30 seconds of rest, I guess. You know. I don't know. Hey, Scott, I love your breakdowns of the battles. Sounds like I could make some money from being a strategy and logistics guy for the armies. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should sell my services, become an advisor. Become a fucking advisor. Standing outside the battlefield in a car park with fucking binoculars. Just sitting there like, send those units to the right. Send those units to the right. You have to tell them to guard the right flank. Was a fun stream today, Scott. Thank you, Lexi. I appreciate that. W stream brought mad heads. Yeah. I mean, you know, I definitely noticed the uptick. If this stuff happens more, we'll definitely do this more, you know. We'll go ahead and we'll keep up with some of the street fights and things like that occur. We're probably entering into another phase of that. It'll probably be lefty on lefty for the most part, but then depending on how the election goes, you might also have like a third contingent, because you're going to have a lot of boomer cons who are like, yay, Trump. Yay, Trump. We like Trump. You're gonna have a lot of those guys running around, and there's probably gonna be more street battles between like Proud Boy types and some other people, like Antifa. You might have Zionist Antifa versus Hummus Antifa versus Proud Boys, which would be insane, you know. Do you know about the governor British old school boxer? Did what's his face? Did Mark Meekin, Count Dankula? Did Count Dankula do something about him? I feel like he did an absolute Mad Lads on him. If he did, then I watched it. I remember that, you know. Yes, that's what these battles are lacking. Any serious organization on either side clearly would lead to an easy victory. Yeah. Yes, you're correct. It wouldn't be as easy as you might think it would be, but it would be a lot easier, you know. Like if it was 50 on 50 and all 50 rushed and only 10 people were like earnestly defending, then yeah, you know. It'd be interesting. It'd be fun, you know. It'd be fun to watch. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate the hell out of you coming in, especially the people who I haven't seen either before or in a while. You know, feel free to pop in. I stream on Fridays at 9 p.m. and Sundays at 5 p.m., all right? Feel free to pop in. I have a couple of different streams that I'm working on right now. One of them is going to be a family feud between a bunch of different people. It's going to be a 3v3 family feud. I'll tell you more about that in the future. I'm also working on a dating stream that's going to be at the end of the month, and it's going to have a very special guest, and I mean like a very special guest, a guest that I'm very excited to have. So hopefully nothing falls through on that. You know, hopefully everything works out the way it's supposed to. Oh yeah, also silent stream. I don't know when I'm gonna do another silent stream. It's gonna be on the sooner side, but it's not gonna be like next week or anything like that. It'll be I'll figure out a time to do it over the next month or so. I'm excited to kind of develop out the silent streams a little bit because it's going to be fun for one thing. But then in addition to that, I think that's something that I really could get to grow on my channel. Because it's a way for me to make money. It's a way for you guys to make money, right? It's an honest day's pay, damn it. It's an honest day's pay. And, I think that mechanic of, like, you're not just donating to me. The donation is going into a pot, and if you make me laugh, you get half of whatever the current pot is when you make me laugh. I think that's a really good formula to get people to want to watch and participate, right? Excuse me. Anyway, yeah. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.